everyone, so today's video is going to be another update for my Shop My Stash. So in these videos, the first half of the video will be sort of an overview of the products that I chose for my last Shop My Stash, and then the second half will be me going through my collection and picking out some products for me to use in the next couple months with you guys. So I am actually going to be going through my drawers since I am at home and I have all of my makeup sort of organized here. So I am actually going to college at the end of this month though, so I probably won't be able to do this sort of format in the next few months. So enjoy this sort of format where I actually go through my drawers with you for now, but I will try to do it that way if I can. We'll just see how this goes, but I might just have to pick out the products on my own and show them to you guys. I know I rather prefer to go through my drawers with you guys, but anyways, this is just how it's gonna be for now. So the first product we have from my last Shop My Stash is this Milani Prep and Set and Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. And I really love this powder. It's basically a finishing powder and it's not completely matte. It does give your skin a little bit of a glow. And I do have more dry skin, so I like a good finishing powder like this that just gives your skin some glow and doesn't make it look so flat and matte. So I obviously have pan on this. I've had pan on it for a while and I just wanted to get some use out of it. I do eventually probably want to put this in a project pan at some point this year. I feel like I could finish this pretty easily and I like happily use this product every day. So I might continue to use this even though it's not in any projects or anything, but this is a powder that I really enjoy. So if you're looking for a good finishing powder, I would definitely recommend this one. And once I finish this up, this is something I will probably most likely be repurchasing. I also chose a blush. This is the Ofra blush in the shade Chicklet, and this was their collaboration with Samantha March, but it's just a really pretty sort of peachy pink blush, and I really love how it has the matte side and then the more shimmery side because I do like a glowy blush, but I like that it has that versatility to it, so you can get a matte or a glowy blush or mix them together and get a nice sort of satin finish. And I really love the Ofra blush formula. It is really beautiful and I'm happy to have this in my collection and I'm glad I was able to get some use out of it. Now we're getting into some eyeshadow products. So the first one is this little Kaja Trio in the shade Rosewater. So this just has three really pretty shimmery shades in it and these are beautiful lid toppers. I really love these little trios and I usually just use these as lid toppers. I do use the lightest shade most often just to pat on the lid when I'm done with my eye look. And I really love the way these look on my lids. They almost look wet and they're just the most beautiful lid toppers. I really love them. You can also build them up to be like more opaque. So they are sort of a versatile, as in you can sheer them out a little bit just to be a lid topper, or you can build them up to be like the main shadow on your lid. And I really love how easy these are and how small and compact they are as well. So I really enjoyed getting some use out of this the past couple months, and I also paired it with my Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. I really love the Dose of Colors shadows, especially these 5 pans. I do have the Baked Browns palette and I hadn't gotten much use out of this before I put it in this project, so I'm really glad I was able to use this a bit more. And I do obviously, like I said, really love the formula and I almost want to put this in a project pan at some point, but for now I'm glad to have gotten a little bit of use out of it and I think it paired really well with the Kaja Trio. And then another shadow that paired really well with both of those palettes is the Ciate London Eye Luster, and I don't know what shade this is in. It doesn't have it on the tube anywhere that I can see, but I did get this in a BoxyCharm and this is just a really pretty, it's an interesting color. It's almost like a purple pinky gold shift. I did do a look with this and it was a more neutral look and I put this on the lid and it almost looked gold, but it does look sort of more purple and iridescent in the tube. So I feel like this is a very versatile product. It goes with more like neutral looks, but it also goes with those more purpley looks that I did with like the Dose of Colors palette. So I do really like this liquid shadow. I find it to be a pretty unique product in my collection and I really enjoyed using it. Next are a couple lip products. The first one is this Miss Rose Professional Makeup little lip liner and lipstick in the shade Showgirl. So one end is a thinner lip liner and then the other end is just like a normal lipstick. So this I got off of Wish, which is basically just like an app where you can get really, really cheap things. So this almost feels like you're putting a crayon on your lips, and it is sort of weird. It's obviously not like good quality or anything. I probably paid like $1 for this, but it also smells like not the best, and I think I just got some on my nose, but I may end up decluttering this. It is a really pretty pink neutral shade, so I don't know how I feel about this. It looks nice on the lips. It's a nice shade, but the formula is kind of weird. It almost feels like I'm applying a crayon to my lips. So I may end up decluttering this, and it was pretty cheap, but I'm glad I was able to get some use out of it and try it out a little bit. I had never really used this before I put it in this project, so actually I might declutter this. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get very much use out of this, and I have so many lip products in my collection, so I am making the decision to declutter this right now. And I feel like recently I have decluttered a lot of things that I end up putting in my Shop My Stashes, but I guess it's a good way to sort of go through my collection and really try out products and see what I actually like. So anyway, the next product is a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is in the shade Prague, and it's a really pretty, more berry shade. And I was actually surprised at how much I liked the way this looked on my lips. I don't go for really bright shades or any type of lip colors besides like neutral nude colors. So I did really like the way this looked on my lips, and I already know I love the NYX Soft Matte formula. So I did really enjoy playing with this a little bit the past couple months. The next product is actually my Kat Von D Shade and Light little face palette, and this is all I have left of it. So this is just a little Wet n Wild compact. It is broken, but it's the only thing I had. So I decided to declutter my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I did have a little bit left in the 2 under eye setting shades, and this is basically the 2 lighter contouring and bronzing shades mixed together. So I did repress both of those shades into this little compact. So I kind of wanted to keep those shades, but I thought I was just going to end up decluttering the whole palette because I have enough bronzers in my collection, but I don't know, I wanted to keep them, so I mixed them together and I repressed them in here. So this is all I have left of the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I am happy to still have these bronzers. I did really, really love them, so hopefully this little compact holds up, but I am glad to still have these in my collection. And I'm also happy that I got a whole face palette out of my collection technically, so it's not taking up the room. And in my makeup inventory, I just counted this as a single bronzer instead of like a whole face palette. So I'm happy to have this, and I'm really excited to get some more use out of it now that these are like mixed together, and I'm more likely to reach for them if they're just in a single compact. The next product is this little Laura Mercier eye base. It's in the shade Wheat. So this is almost like a eyeshadow primer, but I did use this a few times, and I did get this from my sister, so it's pretty old and it is getting dried out. I am just going to declutter this. I did get a little bit of use out of it, but it's just super dry and there's barely anything left in here anyways. So again, this is another one I am going to declutter. And then the last one is one that I actually finished up, and I was expecting to finish it up. That was kind of my goal and the reason I put it in the Shop My Stash, but is the Sugar Rose from Fresh, the little lip balm. So it is a little rose tinted lip balm, and I did completely finish it. It was pretty easy to finish. These are super, super soft, so it basically just like crumbled and melted into my lips. So I definitely wouldn't repurchase this. I don't think Fresh is cruelty free, but this is just so soft. It's almost like impossible to use. The top of it kept like breaking off every time I would try to use it. So I'm glad to have gone through a little lip balm and finished this off. It did feel really nice on the lips, but I'm happy to have it finished. So now we're going to move on to the shopping my stash portion of this video. So I hope you guys enjoy this different sort of format that I'm doing this time. Okay, so I am just gonna hold my camera and do this because I feel like that's easier than trying to set up the tripod, but this is where I store all of my makeup. So we will start up here, but also a lot of these drawers are empty because over the years or over mostly the past year, I have decluttered a lot of my makeup. So you'll see a lot of these are empty, but they did used to be completely full. So also, this is kind of a mess with all of my lip products, but I'm trying to figure this out. I have decluttered a lot of lip products, so I need to find a way to better organize my lip products. So let me know if you guys have any solutions for that. But first of all, these are just like a bunch of lip products mixed in together. Obviously, we have some eyeshadow palettes as well. But out of here, the only one that I'm actually going to pick up is this one from Persona Cosmetics. This is the shade Honey, and it is one of their lip glosses. So I am excited to try this out a little bit. This is pretty much brand new to my collection, and I have applied it to my lips once and it did feel really nice, but I just want to get a little bit more use out of it, and I'm excited to try out the Persona formula. So this first drawer is completely empty, and then the second drawer is sort of products that are potentially going to go in project pans. So I actually am going to pick out a couple products from here just to sort of use them a little bit before I put them in a project pan. So the first one is this Stila Glitter and Glow. It is in the shade Enchantress. And obviously, as you can see, this has been used a good amount, and eventually I do want to put this in a project pan because I want to try to go through my liquid shadows. They don't get enough use, and I pretty much only use them when they're in projects. So I am going to throw this in here just to get a little bit more use out of. And then the next one is this ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Halo Effect. So that's not going to focus, but this is just a really pretty sort of neutral red toned lipstick, and I really love the ColourPop Ultra Blotted formula, and I figured since I am going back to school and I'm going to be wearing a mask, this would be a good formula, maybe, hopefully, to wear underneath a mask. So I am going to pick this one out as well. And that is it for this drawer. And then the next drawer is all of my blushes, highlighters, and bronzers. You guys would have already kind of saw this setup if you saw my whole collection declutter video. I will have that linked if you guys are interested. But from here, I actually want to pick out a bronzer, my Hourglass Little Bronzer, and this is in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. And this is pretty new to my collection. I do just want to get some use out of it. It is a more glowy bronzer, so I already have a more matte bronzer in my collection, so I'm excited to get some use out of this as a more glowy bronzer and just to give some glow to my skin. I don't know how much I'm going to be wearing makeup in the next couple months because I will be wearing a mask at school most of the time, at least when I leave my house. So yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go the next few months, but we'll figure it out together. So from my highlighters, I'm not going to pick any highlighters just because I already have a lot in projects right now. And then blushes, I just wanted to pick out this Rare Beauty little mini blush that I did recently get. And this is in the shade Bliss. It did come in one of their little mini sets, so I want to get some use out of this. I've only used it a couple times and I haven't really decided what my thoughts on it are, so I do want to try this out a little bit, and I figured it's a little mini, and also this is a matte formula, so I feel like this may or hopefully should work really good underneath a mask as well. So this next drawer is my empties drawer, and then this one is just backups. So moving on to this drawer is where I keep all of my sort of face products and face palettes, concealers, foundations. So this is just sort of a mess. These are all just kind of in here, and obviously this drawer isn't completely full. So I'm not going to pick any foundations, I don't think, or face powders, because I do already have some face powders in projects. I also have a concealer in a project, but I kind of want to pick out this Oma Beauty concealer. I have been missing this. This is sort of new to my collection. I did get it a few months ago. It's in the shade White Pearl T2, and I really love this concealer. It's nice and hydrating, and especially for the winter time when my skin is super dry. I've been missing this a lot because my under eyes and my skin is getting pretty dry and makeup doesn't apply on top of my skin as well, and I feel like this concealer always looks really good under my eyes, so I do want to pick this out to use a little bit more, even though I already have a concealer in a project pan. And then we have all of my face palettes, so I am actually going to pick out a blush palette. This is from Alamar Cosmetics, and they did recently reformulate and repackage these. So this is the Colorette Blush Trio, and mine is in the shade Fair Light, but this is a really pretty little blush trio. And obviously you get 3 shades in here, so I feel like if I just bring one blush palette to school with me, that will be like enough options. And I feel like blush anyways sort of looks similar no matter which one you apply. So I do really love this blush formula. It's a little bit more glowy and it's definitely not matte, so I do prefer that with my blushes, and this is just a beautiful palette, so I want to get more use out of it. But that is it for this drawer. And then moving on to my eyeshadow drawer down here. So obviously these are all my palettes and all of my singles and all of that. So I actually don't think I'm gonna pick anything out of here. I do already have quite a few eyeshadow palettes in projects, and I do also have some single shadows in projects, and I already picked out that liquid shadow from my potentially panning drawer, so I think this drawer is all set. And then down here I have like skincare stuff and then just like extra makeup bags and things in there. So all of the products that we ended up picking, sorry if this is like really badly recorded because I am just holding my camera, but as a little overview, we have the Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio, the Oma Beauty Concealer, my little Hourglass Blush, my little Rare Beauty Blush, and then the Stila Glitter and Glow, the ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip, and then the Persona Gloss. So I'm really excited to get some use out of all of these products, and I really hope you guys enjoyed actually going through my drawers with me to pick out the products. So that is it for this Shop My Stash update. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you prefer to see me going through my drawers or if you just want to see me pick out my products and show them to you. So obviously I might be kind of forced to do it one way or another depending on if I'm at school or whatnot. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do post new videos about 3 times a week, so if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.